Through this video, I'm using pen for demonstration purposes only. This is to ensure that you can see all lines in which I'm creating when marking out. Pen is not used when marking wood, as it stains the wood as the ink from the pen get absorbed from the fibre of the wood. I'm only using the pen for demonstration purposes only so that you can see it, and pencil is always used when marking out. When marking out, we create two dots at the end of our marking line. This pierces the fibres of the wood, creating two holes in our piece. This compresses the fibres of the wood down into the material by the force in which we exert on the two spurs of the mortise gauge. We also push down the spurs down the piece of material, compressing the fibres into the wood. This creates two parallel lines to the stock from the stock in which we run off face side or face edge. This pushes the fibres down into the material by pressing down and also pressing forward. What happens if you don't do this? If you begin to pull the spurs up towards you, you begin to raise the fibres of the wood up towards you, and it's a very hard process. As shown in the diagram, you can see the downward pressure and the up force, creating a chisel-like motion from the spurs from the mortise gauge. This is unnecessary and very impractical when marking out. This is why we run the stock down the piece of material. Why do we use the stock of face side and face edge? When we use the stock of face side and face edge, these are our two datum ages which create a benchmark for marking out. This provides good accuracy and precision in the marking out process and ensures that your lines are correct. We keep the stock nice and tight up against face side or face edge to ensure our lines are perfectly parallel to one another. As shown in the video, you can see the way I'm tilting the piece of material away from me. This allows me to create good pressure down the piece of material while pushing the two spurs into the material. It may be quite difficult to create this motion, so if it is necessary, you can run the mortise gauge along the piece of material several times. This creates the two lines in which you need. Once again, ensure that you're marking on using face side or face edge. This ensures precision and accuracy in your marking out process. As you can see, I'm just squaring along the lines to ensure good accurate marking out. Ensure that you're using the stock of face side and face edge always. As you can see, I created the two dots at the end of the piece so the mortise gauge won't continue on down the piece of material. This is very important as you are going with the grain. It has the tendency to follow on past your markings. This is why we create the two dots in the first place, to prevent the damaging of the rest of the piece of material. As you can see, I'm after creating perfect parallel lines all to one another. This is due to using the stock of face side and face edge. After measuring the pieces, they are perfectly set to what I set mortise gauge at, 9, 9 and 9. So what would happen if you don't use face side or face edge when marking out? As you can see, I have identified face side and face edge, and I'm using the stock of the non-face edge. As you can see, I'm running the stock down the piece of material as previously demonstrated in the video. This is compressing the fibres into the piece of material to ensure you don't raise the fibres of the piece of material. Once again, I'm using the stock of the non-face edge and face side. This creates different lines from what we created with the face using face side and face edge. Here I'm indicating with a red biro to highlight the difference when using face side and face edge. The black line indicate when we use face side and face edge, and the red line, as indicated now, shows the distances in which when we use the non-face side or face edge. It's clearly identified through measuring that when we don't use the face side or face edge, we get inaccurate markings, which can seriously cause problems when we begin to processing procedures. It is very important to ensure that you use the stock of the face side or face edge to ensure good accuracy and precision all throughout your project.